Okay, so this is the um, video for integrated math on October 30th. It's Friday. So basically, what I want to use today for is to let everybody make sure they get caught up, make sure that all the work from this week is complete. Make sure that there is understanding of distribution, make sure there is understanding of one and two step mathematical problem, algebraic problems, so that next week we can kind of dive into multi-step problems on their own. So whether it's first period or fourth period, they've gone different ways. So if anyone needs help with any of the previous assignments, you're going to have to go back to different videos. The distribution practice assignment, all of those problems are detailed and walked through on the October 29th, the integrated 1029 video. And I believe that the 1028 video should have all of the two-step problems on it. So if anyone has completed all of their work, here's a kind of extension of that. It is all about distribution and combining like terms. They're kind of an extra bonus set, extra credit to get done, and but they are harder. So they're only 10 problems, and you got to think through them. But I want you guys, if you're up to the task, if you got through the first set of them with ease, then I'd like you guys to at least try these ones and kind of see where you get. And that's my cat. Well, one of my cats. She's old and cranky. So, anyway, let me get a drink of water, and away we'll go. So, number one, what we're going to do. So, on all of these, you're going to have to distribute twice. Now, what's important to realize when you're looking at these is that sometimes the number you're going to be distributing is on the left-hand side, sometimes it's on the right. Number one has both of those. So we distribute that 10. And then when we look at that second part, m minus 8, we see that there's a times -1 on the back of it. Now, if you go back to your notes where you had to write down what the kind of the definition of the distributive property, you'll see that there was, for every one, for both the plus and the minus, there was A times B plus C and then B plus C times A. So it doesn't matter whether or not the number is in front or the number is behind. And just say, not that you particularly care, that's called the commutative property of multiplication. So we're also going to take that, so we have 10 times -9 plus 6 times 10. And then we have to take that -1 and distribute that as well. So we bring that plus down, and then we have So we take that plus down, and then we go negative 1 times m, and then minus, and where that minus comes from is right there in between the m and the 8, minus negative 1 times 8. So then we do our multiplication. Negative 90m plus 60 plus negative m minus negative 8. We then get rid of all our parentheses. Remember, we still have to sit there and we're using order of operations here. So we have negative 90m plus 60 minus m plus 8. Why plus 8? Because we have negative m. Two negatives make a positive. We're then going to rewrite everything, put everything together so that we can combine like terms. Negative 90m minus m is negative 91m, plus 60 plus 8 is 68. So we have negative 91m plus 68, and then we go on to number 2. So we're going to distribute that negative 5, and we're going to distribute that negative 7. So that negative 5, it's negative 5 times 10n plus negative 5 times 8. Negative 7 times negative 8n, and run out of room just a little bit, negative 7 times negative 3, or minus negative 7 times 3. So negative 5 times 10n is negative 50n, plus negative 5 times 8 is negative 40. And then we have that minus there. 7 times negative 8 is negative 56n. And then that minus again, and negative 7 times 3 is negative 21. So that is negative 50n minus 40 plus 56n minus, or plus 21. So rewrite everything, get everything together, get all our variable terms together and all our integers together. And then we have negative 50n plus 56n is 6n, because it's the same thing as 56 minus 50. And then we have negative 40 plus 21. Plug that into a calculator, and we get negative 19. So it is 6n minus 19. Okay, so number 3, notice here both of the things we're distributing are on the right-hand side. So we're going to distribute that 3. So that 3 is 3 times negative 9p minus 3 times 1 plus negative 1 times 9p minus negative 1 times 1. That gives us negative 27p minus 3 plus a negative 9p minus a negative 1. Straighten all that up. We get negative 9p plus 1. Put everything together. Negative 27 minus 9p is negative 36p. Negative 3 plus 1 is negative 2. Number 4. 7 we distribute. Negative 6 we distribute. So 7 times 3 plus 7 times 5m minus 6 times negative m minus, and then it's negative 6 times 1. 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 5m is 35m. Bring down that negative. 6 times negative m is negative 6m. Bring down that negative. Negative 6 times 1 is negative 6. Straighten out all the parentheses. We have 2 double negatives there, so both of them become positives. And then we're going to rewrite it to where everything is together, like it should be. So now we have 35m plus 6m. That gives me 41m. And 21 plus 6 is 27. So this is the last one I'm going to do on this video, mainly because each one of these, this shouldn't just be a playthrough and watch. I want you guys to struggle with these. I want you guys to work through these. So at least 5 minutes per problem you should be working on before you ask for help. And I know I'm saying that at the end of the video, so I'm going to need to make sure that I put that in my sub notes for tomorrow. So, last one. And this one I really want, so we have that 8 and negative 8 to distribute. Now, it might be tempting to see that 8 minus 8 in the middle. You go, oh, 8 minus 8 equals 0. And then 0 everything out, because 0 times anything is 0. The problem with that is that defies the order of operations, PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So that tells us the order in which we have to do the problems. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Notice, multiplication comes before subtraction. So we have to do the multiplication first before we touch the subtraction. Distribution is a form of multiplication because we're distributing that multiplier across the parentheses. 8 times x plus 8 times 4 minus 8 times negative 5x plus, and remember when we distribute that negative 8, we distribute the whole thing, the negative included. So 8 times x is 8x. 8 times 4 is 32. Bring that negative down. 8 times negative 5x is negative 40x. Plus 8 times 7 is negative 56. That gives me 8x plus 32 plus, it's actually plus 40x. Minus 56. We then rewrite everything. 8x plus 40x plus 32 minus 56. Combine like terms. 48x minus 24. And I will talk to you guys more next week. If you're trying to do this and you run into any problems over the weekend, not that I expect you guys to be doing this over the weekend, let me know. Other than that, have a wonderfully safe Halloween, and I will see you guys next week.